Prepare to delve into an abyss of uncertainties. 4 years, 4 eternities have slipped away since the shadow swallowed Ignacio. A vibrant young man, with the future pulsing in his veins, simply vanished into thin air on a Friday that promised to be trivial. A meeting with his girlfriend, a brief detour to a friend's house, and the veil of silence fell. Today, hope staggers, but the flame of the search for José Ignacio Suceda Rodriguez still flickers in whispers. Born in October, a beloved son, a present brother. His dreams of engineering in Mar del Plata, the imminent joy of a family celebration, all abruptly interrupted. This episode is a silent scream in the dense night of his absence. A desperate attempt to rekindle memories and awaken consciences. Every second watched is a step, however hesitant, on the cold trail of his disappearance. Do not let this story get lost in the fog of oblivion. Your attention is crucial. Share this video. Each share is a beacon in the darkness, a renewed chance to bring Ignacio home. Hello everyone, welcome to the True Crime Files Investigations channel. If you are a lover of real criminal stories, get ready for an exciting marathon. Every week, we will explore shocking and remarkable cases, the most complex and intriguing ones, with an in-depth analysis of the details and motivations behind each event, which leads us to question human nature. Subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any new videos, and ensure you're always up to date with our exclusive content. Leave your like to strengthen our community and motivate me to bring more and more impactful and unprecedented stories. Get ready to discover the backstage of the crime world, learn about the failures of the judicial system and the stories of victims fighting for justice. Welcome to an investigative and emotional journey. I count on you on this journey. The truth is about to be revealed. So, fasten your seatbelts, because the investigation begins now. Four long years have passed since Ignacio, a young man of just 23 years old, disappeared. It was a seemingly ordinary Friday when he left home to meet his girlfriend, but that meeting never happened, and since then, Ignacio's whereabouts remain a painful mystery. Today, our appeal echoes again. We are searching for José Ignacio Suceda Rodriguez. Born on October 1, 1991, José Ignacio is the son of Alejandro Rodriguez and Juan Suceda, and the older brother of Natalia and Martín. At the time of his disappearance, he had enthusiastically resumed his systems engineering studies in Mar del Plata and, according to his parents, was progressing very well. There was a special reason for his joy. The family was preparing to celebrate his father, Juan's, 50th birthday. On that fateful Friday, Ignacio planned to meet his girlfriend, making a brief stop at a friend's house before joining the party at 8:30 p.m. The last time Juan saw his son was at the entrance of their home. He was arriving with Ignacio's grandmother when the young man said a simple "I'll be right back." That was the involuntary farewell, the last exchange of words between father and son. Apparently, Ignacio was going to pick up a notebook at a classmate's house and then meet his girlfriend to return together for the celebration. It was an intimate family gathering, part of their routine, and nothing seemed out of the ordinary at that moment. Around 9:30 p.m., the family received a call informing them that something had been forgotten and needed to be picked up. There were still no signs of alarm. Everything seemed to be proceeding normally. Both Ignacio's friend and girlfriend lived relatively close to his house. An hour later, at 10:30 p.m., they called Ignacio's brother, finding his delay strange. He answered the phone and said a brief "Yes, I'm going." These were the last words of Ignacio that are known. The last time his voice was heard was around 11 o'clock p.m. Shortly after, his cell phone started to go to voicemail. Subsequent attempts to contact him were in vain. The phone did not answer. An hour after this last communication, Ignacio's prolonged absence and turned-off phone raised serious concerns. It was not typical behavior for him. He always informed them of his plans and whereabouts. The family then decided to begin searching. Without success in the initial search, they formally registered Ignacio's disappearance the following morning. Initial investigations revealed a disturbing detail: Ignacio had not arrived at either his friend's or his girlfriend's house. This means that, during the 2 precious hours between his departure from home and the last time he answered the phone, he was alone somewhere unknown or in the company of someone else. It remains an enigma why Ignacio did not mention his whereabouts during the 10:30 p.m. call when he said, "Yes, yes, I'm going." Until that moment, everything seemed normal, and his parents naturally assumed he was with his friend or girlfriend, places he never reached. 48 hours after his disappearance, Ignacio's car was found locked, with the alarm activated, in front of a popular ice cream parlor by the lake. There was no sign of Ignacio. Inside the vehicle, they found Ignacio's backpack with some notebooks and personal belongings. And also, a finding that cast even more uncertainty on the case: a handwritten note from him. His parents confirmed the authenticity of the handwriting. By family decision and out of respect for Ignacio, the content of the note was never publicly disclosed. According to what his parents shared, the note contained Ignacio's thoughts and reflections about his family. One detail that caught their attention was unusual scribbles and the fact that the writing seemed to descend down the page, deviating from Ignacio's usual organization. The note was submitted for analysis by psychologists and the police. Although they did not reveal whether it indicated a possible drastic decision, they clarified in a television interview that the note did not offer any clear clues about an intention to take his own life. A year later, the family still struggled with uncertainty: had Ignacio distanced himself from the family? Had he made a fatal decision, or was he distancing himself under pressure from others? The note, despite the analysis, brought no definitive answers, only confirmed a state of emotional vulnerability, as his parents reported. 2 months after the discovery of the car, a new clue emerged during a meticulous review of the vehicle. Inside a tissue box, they found Ignacio's wallet. The absence of his identity card in the wallet led to new hope: perhaps Ignacio had taken it with him, suggesting that he might be alive somewhere, of his own will. His parents emphasized that the days leading up to Ignacio's disappearance passed with absolute normality. He had spent a vacation with friends, and the conversations they had were like any other day. Nothing indicated that he might make the decision to leave without telling anyone. The family feels completely lost, as there were no arguments with his girlfriend or parents, and Ignacio showed no distress. Everything seemed absolutely normal. The family also states with conviction that, given Ignacio's personality, it would be unthinkable for him to vanish without a trace, without communicating his departure or without contacting them to say he was okay and that the decision was his. They firmly believe that if he could, he would have already communicated with them. The lack of news to this day is something extremely difficult for the family to understand, leading them to believe that he is being prevented from doing so. Some years ago, Interpol appealed to Google and WhatsApp to provide information about Ignacio's accounts and conversations. To this day, there has been no response, a silence that could undoubtedly have been crucial to the case. The family also regrets the time lost in the initial investigation, believing that mistakes were made, such as not immediately requesting security camera footage from the ice cream parlor and the areas where Ignacio might have passed. Over time, this evidence was lost. The border investigation was also not immediate to verify a possible departure from the country. Legal border records indicate that there is no record of Ignacio leaving with his documents, whether by sea, air, or land. However, the possibility of an illegal departure cannot be ruled out. Ignacio's parents believe there was a prejudgment, with the initial idea that he had committed suicide, which may have diverted the necessary energy for an exhaustive search in the first 48 hours, considered crucial in disappearance cases. To date, no concrete leads have emerged that have led to Ignacio. Some information has come in, but it has not been confirmed. Despite the pain and uncertainty, Ignacio's parents tirelessly continue their search, traveling to various places in Argentina and following any lead that may arise, fueling the hope of finding their son again. The conviction that moves them is that Ignacio did not commit suicide, as they believe his body would have been found by now. The causes of a disappearance can be many, including the influence of third parties, human trafficking, and other complex situations. The family cannot conceive that Ignacio, on his own, could disappear so strategically without anyone seeing him. They believe that there is always someone who may have seen something, someone who can find him. Therefore, the continuous dissemination of his image is essential. They doubt that Ignacio disappeared of his own volition and that no one saw him or that he does not want to communicate with his family. There are precedents in other countries of people found living as indigents or in other vulnerable situations, with no memory of how they got there. The family believes that Ignacio is somewhere and that everyone's help is essential to find him. The disappearance of a person causes immense pain and uncertainty in their family circle, and dissemination is crucial to keep the case alive in public memory. Often, these cases fall into oblivion, which is devastating for families. The information shared in this video is based on the direct accounts of Ignacio's family members in interviews and on their pages, ensuring the accuracy of the data. Our way of helping is by sharing this information. This small action can make a difference. There have already been cases of young people who have reappeared, of people found in other countries. Thank you so much for watching this story. Your presence and support are essential for me to continue creating quality content. So, if you enjoyed this story, please like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any new episodes. Your subscription and comments are fundamental for me to keep bringing quality content. Leave your opinion in the comments, always with respect for the victims, and together let's build an even better community. Thank you so much for following my work, and I'll see you in the next episode.